there kind of like a moment for you that, do you think it was like you had all these things going on and it was like fight, and then all of a sudden like, oh, now I lost, like now everything, like it's just a wave of everything kind of?
It was a big wave because life had changed so much for me in the last couple years, and that was kind of one of the things that I had to hang on to, was that I had still earned and achieved this position and this opportunity, and like I wanted to be strong and get through it. And then like the strength and all of that, it wasn't what broke me or made me, but it was just like not the right time, you know. And should I have won that fight, I don't even know if I realistically would have been able to, you know, stand up to the obligations of a champion at the time, like traveling and doing this and that. I mean, I needed me, my kid needed me, and I feel like it's a blessing in disguise. I now know exactly what it's like to have all that cameras and people following you around, and the stress of what a title fight brings as far as the media requirements. But I also, I don't know, I think I got the pressure. I was the main event. Like, you know, Ronda and I were okay, you know, and I got to learn a lot. So when I come to things like this now, regardless of if this is a title fight or just a regular fight, it's something that I can look at through a different lens, because I've experienced that side of the spectrum. Sorry, I talk with my hands a lot.
So you were. It's been a while since you fought. Obviously, since that fight, you were getting everything in order. Was there a time you were thinking about not fighting, or was it always like, I'll come back eventually, I just have to deal with something?
No, I knew it was an option. I knew it was an option, and everyone would understand. But like, I didn't want to be a product of my circumstances, and I feel like there's a lot of times in my life that wasn't the case, where I let something get to me and something for me, or I didn't follow through on what I knew was my goal and what I really wanted, because life happened. And it was just like, okay, that was fine before, but now I have a kid watching me. You know, I have my son looking at me, and very recently he's had an example of how to solve problems on a really negative way. And then, you know, now it's like my job to be an example of how to solve problems on a different spectrum. Like, good luck, you know, I hope I'm doing it right, but you know, that's all I have.
What was it that kind of hit you to say, all right, I'm ready now, I'm gonna get back in the gym, drive toward coming back to fight?
You know, honestly, so in January, I decided to go to Thailand because I was heavy and I was kind of feeling just crappy, and I needed to do something proactive about how I was feeling. I was hating that I was feeling the way I was feeling, and I could see that, again, my son is watching me feeling the way I'm feeling, and I was like, let's get out of here. You know, every time I go to Thailand, I train hard, I learn something new, I get inspired, I lose weight, like the culture is happy and the food is clean, and I'm just going to immerse myself in that for a month, and I, you know, hope to find it medicine, and I did. I came home and I wanted to keep the ball rolling, and then you know, I came home mid-February, and right after that, I've been waiting for this light bulb to go off to tell me I'm good, you know. And then I saw Misha and Holly fight, and I was like, this show is going on without me too long, you know. And right then, I guess that was the pitchfork in the butt, like telling me to get moving and get started. And immediately I wanted to see if Misha wanted a rematch, and she didn't. So this is what we're doing now.
What are your thoughts on Misha as the champion?
I mean, she's a warrior. She fought to where she has. She earned it. She deserves it. I mean, this wasn't handed to her. Some of the other opportunities in life of some of ours got handed to her. But, you know, I mean, she stood up and she did everything she needed to do to get there. And with that, I mean, I give her kudos. She's earned this. So, yeah.
Do you see her as an evolved fighter since your fight?
Maybe, you know, but I never stopped training either. So when you say evolved, do you mean, like, I don't think evolved more than I have. You know, I mean, we constantly learn as we go, as long as we continue to put our nose down and get into the practices. And you know, so I imagine all of us are evolving, and it looks like, I mean, she's won every fight since me, other than to Ronda.
you move to San Diego, or did you just last thing? Did you move to San Diego, or are you just going out to
No,
to go
I wanted to do a training camp there first. I'm not sure if I'm changing, if anything, as far as that permanently. Right now I have kind of, stuff to do on Saturday before I really start thinking of bringing on more stressful decisions like that. But, I liked it, and I'm happy. And, Colorado and California are very interchangeable states, so we'll see. I'm not sure.
What was that experience like training with Dominick Cruz down there?
I'm sorry?
What was the experience training with Dominick Cruz down there?
It was enlightening. I mean, like I said, having him have his funky style and it be totally okay to move and be unorthodox, and people just kind of encourage that, and he has a lot of words of wisdom. The way that he's come back from his injuries was inspiring to me. The way that he looks at fighting as real life, I feel like we can all gain from that, because it's definitely applicable in any day-to-day routine, any day-to-day thing that you do. But he is specifically obviously talking about getting in the octagon. So it was very inspiring. He'd give me his 2 cents every once in a while and work with me a little bit, but for the most part, it was just cool to see someone of his caliber and realize that if I want the goals and to achieve the things that he has, that means I need to work at that level. And so to be able to gauge myself next to him was really important.
Did he, him going throughout his injury outside of the octagon and coming back, did he give you any words of wisdom specifically that you remember?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of years ago, we were sitting at the UFC Expo a couple of years ago. Both of us were out for the injury, and we were like, I know, I know, and we were just kind of, I don't know, rehearsing on how crappy it was to be sidelined, and watching everything go on without you. But, I guess it makes you stronger.